Good morning students. Today's session we will continue with lesson number 2, life processes in living organisms. Previous session we have learned about cellular respiration. Just recollect what we have learned. There are two methods of cellular respiration: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, oxygen is involved, but in anaerobic respiration, oxygen is not involved. In aerobic respiration, glucose is oxidized in 3 steps. First step is glycolysis, second, tricarboxylic acid cycle, third step, electron transfer chain reaction. Glycolysis and fermentation are the 2 steps of anaerobic respiration. Now we are going to study anaerobic respiration and energy from different food components in detail. Let us begin with anaerobic respiration. Energy production in microorganisms through anaerobic respiration. Some microorganisms cannot live in presence of oxygen. Example, bacteria. Such living organisms have to perform anaerobic respiration for energy production. Glycolysis and fermentation are 2 steps of anaerobic respiration. Glucose is incompletely oxidized and less amount of energy is obtained in this type of respiration. Pyruvic acid produced through glycolysis is converted into other organic acids or alcohol with the help of some enzymes in this process. This is called fermentation. Some higher plants, animals and aerobic microorganisms also performs anaerobic respiration instead of aerobic respiration if there is depletion in oxygen level in the surrounding. Example, seeds perform anaerobic respiration if the soil is submerged under water during germination. Similarly, our muscle cells also perform anaerobic respiration while performing the exercise. Due to this, less amount of energy is produced in our body and lactic acid accumulates, due to which we feel tired. Look at the chart. Fermentation takes place in different ways. During fermentation, alcohol is formed in yeast. Different products like vinegar, vitamins, etc. are formed in microorganisms. Lactic acid is formed in human muscles. Next topic is energy from different food components. First one is carbohydrates. Excess of carbohydrates are stored in the liver and muscles in the form of glycogen. Proteins are the macromolecules formed by bonding together many amino acids. Proteins of animal origin are called as first class proteins. We get 4 kilocalorie of energy per gram of proteins. Amino acids are obtained after digestion of proteins. Those amino acids are absorbed in the body and transported up to each organ and cell via blood. From these amino acids, organs and cells produce various proteins necessary for themselves and the whole body. Some examples are shown below. Skin, melanin, keratin. Bones, ozone. Cells, various proteins of cell membrane, various enzymes. Pancreas, insulin, trypsin. Pituitary glands, various hormones. muscles, actin and myosin flexible proteins, blood, hemoglobin, antibodies. Always remember, excess of amino acids obtained from proteins are not stored in the body. They are broken down and the ammonia formed is eliminated out of the body. If necessary, excess of proteins are converted into other useful substances like glucose through the process of gluconeogenesis. Plant produce the necessary amino acids from minerals de novo and thereby produce different proteins. An enzyme, rubisco, present in the plant chloroplast is most abundant protein found in the nature. Next is lipids. The substances formed by specific chemical bond between fatty acids and alcohol are called as lipids. Digestion of lipids consumed by us is nothing but their conversion into fatty acids and alcohol. Fatty acids are absorbed up and distributed everywhere within the body. From those fatty acids, different cells produce various substances necessary to themselves. Example, the molecules called as phospholipids, which are essential for producing plasma membrane, are formed from fatty acids. Besides, fatty acids are used for producing hormones like progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, aldosterone, etc. And the covering around the axon of nerve cells. We get 9 kilocalorie of energy per gram of lipids. Excess of lipids are stored in adipose connective tissues in the body. Vitamins. Vitamins are a group of heterogeneous compounds of which each is essential for proper operation of various processes in the body. There are main 6 types of vitamins. Example, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. Out of these, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K are fat soluble, whereas vitamin B and vitamin C are water soluble. Vitamins like riboflavin, that is vitamin B2, and nicotinamide, vitamin B5 respectively, are necessary for the production of FADH2 and NADH2. Next is water. There is about 65 to 70% of water in our body. Each cell contains 70% water weight by weight. Blood plasma also contains 90% of water. Functioning of cells and thereby whole body disturbs even if there is little loss of water from the body. Hence, water is an essential nutrient. Next one is fibers. Along with all other mentioned nutrients, fibers are also essential nutrients. In fact, we cannot digest the fibers. However, they help in the digestion of other substances and egestion of undigested substances. We obtained the fibers from leafy vegetables, fruits, cereals, etc. Thank you.